Hey, yo, E-King Fight News. Eddie Hearn. There's something about Deontay Wilder versus Luis Ortiz that made Eddie Hearn want to fast track Joshua Wilder. And we're gonna dig into this real soon. Eddie Hearn wants to make this fight now, as soon as possible. E-King Fight News. Hey, yo, E-King Fight News. So Eddie Hearn is watching Deontay Wilder versus Luis Ortiz. And that 7th round gives him a wake-up call like no other. In just a moment's notice, Deontay Wilder could have been knocked out right there. And he could kiss all the money that he would have made in a potential Anthony Joshua versus Deontay Wilder fight goodbye. He can kiss that goodbye because it would have never happened. The fight would officially be dead. It would be dead in the water. You know, as much as I want to think that if Wilder lost to Ortiz, that's still a marketable fight, you know what? Ortiz would then scoop all that heat, and he would be the guy. He would be the man to beat. He would be the new undefeated heavyweight, the man to give Deontay Wilder his first loss. And in that moment, I think Eddie Hearn woke up a little bit and realized, hey, man, let's not wait this fight out a little too, there's some divine shit that happens with these fighters and with these promoters. When they can only build up a fight to such such a fucking ceiling where it's gonna, hit the market and have this huge reaction. It's only gonna get so big. Deontay Wilder versus Anthony Joshua has been building now since last year. It's been building. Interest has peaked since Anthony Joshua beat Vladimir Klitschko. And, ever since that victory, all the fans have been saying, what's the next big challenge out there for an Anthony Joshua? And the answers all come back with Deontay Wilder, man. Just imagine if Wilder lost last week. The haters would be fucking celebrating. But it would be Eddie Hearn that would be crying. Because at the end of the day, he was happy that Wilder survived and showed a ton of heart and was able to come back and stop Luis Ortiz. Because if he didn't, it would be a whole different story right now. Wilder came through. He did his job. And now guess what? We're waiting on Anthony Joshua. And when Anthony Joshua shows up, because he needs to show up and whoop on some Joseph Parker for 12 rounds, he needs to do that. As long as that goes down, Wilder's going to be in the building. They're going to have a face-off. And you never know. Maybe that fight will be imminent. Or as Eddie Hearn likes to say, he likes to say inevitable. The fight is inevitable. It's going to happen. That's what it means. It's going to happen, according to Eddie Hearn. So, I'm going to have to take him for his word. And I think that's good news overall. I think it's good news that Luis Ortiz was able to shock Eddie Hearn to the point where, maybe this fight needs to happen as soon as possible. And it's just, I've been saying this before. One of these guys runs into a loss and just this fucking, all this air that's been filling into this balloon just fucking pops. This balloon that you're trying to inflate in a Wilder Joshua fight, it's only going to get so big. And you do not want this balloon to pop, right? You don't want it to. So I think Eddie Hearn's realized that. And I think we're going to see Joshua versus Wilder. I think we're going to see it in 2018. I mean, just from what he's been saying, and shout out to Fight Hub. There's a great interview on their channel where Eddie Hearn, explains the fact that, hey, he just doesn't, I don't know, for whatever reason, Shelly Finkel rubs him the wrong way, and he just wants to deal with Al Heyman and Al Heyman's boy, Luis de Cubas. Whatever. Whoever that dude is, man, Al Heyman has a ton of guys behind the scenes. And, that's what it is. He just wants to make the fight with Al Heyman. Al Heyman's guys, he doesn't really want to deal with Shelly Finkel. But it just is what it is at this point. And, hopefully Eddie Hearn is finally stepping on the gas when it comes to Wilder versus Joshua. Because both promoters, both handlers of the fighters, they need to get on the same page. And they need to make this fight happen for the heavyweight division, for the public, and of course, to make the most money you're going to make this year. There's millions of dollars on the line to make sure that fight gets made. So, it's Eddie Hearn's job to do that shit, man. If you're not going to do it, then someone else will. I'll tell you that much, Who knows? Tyson Fury can sign with fucking Frank Warren and throw himself in there and say, I'll come back and fight Deontay Wilder. And just scoop all that heat. And imagine if he were to lose to Deontay Wilder. What a coup that would be. So, there's a lot of things that could change the landscape of boxing. And Eddie Hearn needs to jump on this fight while he fucking has the chance. So that's all I got, man. E-King Fight News. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. I think this fight's going to happen sooner rather than later. And I think a lot of it has to do with what Luis Ortiz did to Wilder in that 7th round. So E-King Fight News, smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Y'all know what it is. Oh, that's right. Y'all know what it is, man. We keep it 100 at all times. Fights coming. What are the fights coming up this weekend? Does anybody know what fights are coming up? Yo, it's a good question. I gotta look it up, man. Now I gotta look it up. Who's fighting this week? I know someone's fighting this week. On the 24th, I know they've been promoting this. On the 24th is Lucas Brown versus Dillian White. That's a good fight. That's a fucking good fight. Dillian White, right? Yeah, Lucas Brown, Dillian White. That's gonna be a good fight, man. Both those guys can punch. Both those guys are action fighters, man. That has good fight written all over it. That's the 24th, and that'll go right into Anthony Joshua versus Joseph Parker on the 31st. If I'm not mistaken, and over here that's a Easter weekend, so that's great. It's a long weekend for those of us who work a job. What else is going on, guys? What else is going on? HBO doesn't have anything, man. They have nothing. E-King Fight News. I'm signing off.